May profits be upon you. How are you? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. You're trading with RT Money, representing Lions Den FX. We're going to take a look at Euro USD. We're going to do some top-down analysis on this. But the first thing we're going to start out with is the RT Money meetup. All right. Now, last week I didn't take a reading because it was NFP week. It was just all kind of tossed up, and I didn't want to take the chance on trying to interpret this thing and misinterpret it, and give you analysis last week. So this week, I'm going to make up for it for sure. All right. So since the last reading, just about 2 weeks ago, all right, what do we see with Euro USD? With the US dollar, we do see significant little tick up, all right, in strength. USD still ranks as number one, the strongest, the safe haven currency, and we do see some strengthening there, right, from 585 to 639. All right, on the euro, hardly any change over the last 2 weeks, right? All right, maybe a little tick down, but nothing significant. So when we're putting these the strong against the weak, what I'm leaning towards is US dollar strength, of course. All right, now the deal is we're going to go by structure. Structure is king, right? So let's start with well, actually, let's go to the monthly, because there's some significant points to point out. All right, significant points to point out. That's a little redundant. All right. This is a multi-year low, right? A multi-year low here. And this is where I mark the monthly demand zone, all right? And you see how price came into this demand zone, and we went down to the very, very extreme of it, leaving behind relative equal lows, all right? And we know that's why this is here, that is a magnet to price. It will draw price lower, all right, to come, because there's a lot of liquidity down here, a lot of stop losses, right? Now, I want you to bring your eyes to this point here, all right? What happened here? Price made this lower low, pulled back for this lower, a potential lower high, and you would expect price to break this low to make a lower low. That did not happen here. All right, price made the structural point here a potential higher low instead, right? If only it becomes a higher low only if it breaks this high. Well, it didn't break that high. It came up short, right? So what does that mean? All right, well, this becomes liquidity. It's a weak low. It becomes a liquidity point, all right? But it is a multi-year liquidity point. There's buyers here, right? There was buyers here that brought this price up here, all right? Brought that price up there, and price is coming back to that low. And guess what? It broke the low. No more buyers, right? So what happens? Price comes down here to the extreme of the monthly, and that's where things get a little interesting, because we mark the multi-year lows, because when it's a significant point of structure, and when price breaks it, there's some strong momentum in that direction, which is bearish at this point, right? This is just a bearish leg of structure, a very solidly bearish leg of structure. All right, and we finally hit a point where price starts to show a reaction, a bullish reaction, right? If we go to the weekly, I hope you're following. If you have questions, make sure you leave them in the comment section, okay? About this analysis. Now, I marked that major break of structure, this major breakout area here, all right? And you see the relative equal lows. We're not getting any extra information on the weekly, except we could see that the lower lows and lower highs in this leg of structure, all right? Excuse me, in this bearish leg of structure, right? All right, so we are driving me crazy. All right, we are solidly bearish on the weekly, on the monthly and the weekly, and I have this zone here, which shows up on the weekly, of course. all right, as a monthly and weekly zone of demand, but it is severely weakened. If price comes back down here, it's going to pass through. All right, because there's hardly any orders in here left. All right, all the bullish, all this buyers are gone. All right, it didn't took all these orders. It's probably going to just pass through. Got it? All right. This is a leg of structure, and I want you to take note. This is the high of it, and this is the low of it. All right, we broke that structure here. We broke that structure like so. We made a lower high, and as soon as we broke this low here, this what was a lower low, lower high, lower low, we became very bearish. We became bearish. All right, price also broke this significant low again. I keep mentioning this, all right, because of the reaction. Price came above it, and then we tested it as support. So there's some bullish strength there. All right, I just want you to note this is your low and high of the trading range. All right, if this is the low and high of the trading range, that would make this the equilibrium, the middle part, right? And what I'd like to see is a full pullback before I start looking for zones to take shorts that I believe will take out that low. Do you understand? All right, so my next point of the expectational structural point is a lower high. Do you understand? Made a lower low, lower high, lower low. I'm looking for the lower high to be established somewhere in this area. All right, as long as price stays below this, I'm still on the weekly. I'm still bearish. I hope you understand that. I hope you can follow that, right? Okay. Daily, things get a little interesting here because I'm marking zones. All right. The lower low, the lower high. All right. I'm marking. Why do I have such a wide zone here? Because this is a weekly zone here. If we go back to the weekly, you can see that. All right. And that's pretty significant. All right. Price has not mitigated there yet, has not mitigated this zone. Came close and leaving equal highs there. You like to see liquidity points, inducements for people who took shorts early. All right. Only to have price come back and take them out. All right. This is an inducement point for this zone. All right. So price could very well come all the way up here and then start the trek back down, to continue the bearish trend. All right. So I mark that weekly zone because that's a pretty strong zone. Okay. Again, I'm doing this. All right. All right. But here is the zone. My first thought. All right. Price came back and mitigated the zone. Why does that say 2-day? Because look where I have it. Now, most people are going to mark it from up here. All right. No problem. I understand that. I can understand that. All right. That's a refined zone. All right. On the daily. But the buying started here before the aggressive sell-off. All right. This is how you mark your zone of supply. All right. Look, if you go to the 2-day, I'm just going to do this real quick. You can see it's a well-formed engulfment of this candle here. And I mean, that's not something you miss. And price created a very bearish engulfment of the previous bullish candle here after the mitigation. That's what you want to see. Price then came back up, tested this this zone that was created, this bearish zone of this bearish order block. All right, tested it, rejected. We had an initial reaction here. All right, I'm looking at that reaction. That's what I want to see. This is where I would take a short, all right, for the trek down, but I'm not confident. That's why I didn't take it. I'm not confident we break this major breakout level, because We came back to test it as resistance here, came down, broke. That was great, but then we broke it up. We went up and broke it as resistance, broke that resistance, and now testing it as support. Price could very well come back down here and then continue the trek up. This is coming off of, remember, a monthly and weekly zone of demand. There is some momentum going on here. All right. I would have liked to have seen this, the seller step in and break this low. I would have liked to have seen that to be confident with shorts, but I'm not. I didn't see that. Okay. So I need you to bear that in mind. Now, we can refine this zone now. We can refine this zone because price could very well, we can refine it to a one-day, a single day zone of supply. Use this as inducement for people to take shorts early, and I think that's exactly what's happening. All right, price could come down here, not respect this low, not take that low out, and then continue up to what I think is its intent. All right, and it may give us a nice reaction here, come back, retest that, and then go up to the ultimate goal up here, and then finally come back down here. This is what I'm thinking. This is the scenario that I have in my head. I'm going to trade the chart that is in front of me. All right. So, but I'm giving you an outlook. I'm giving you what my plan is. If price does this, then I will do that. You understand? That's the way you got to work. You got to have steps ahead. You have to have a plan in place for where price goes. Now, what are we looking like for the start of the week at the very least? All right. What I want you to notice on the 4 hour, is this structure right here. Okay. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Finally, we peak out here, and then what? We break these lows. Boom, boom. All right, what am I looking for? Return to impulse, of course. And that's the impulsing, the originating impulse of the trade, of structure, right? Here. This is where I'm looking. You wait for price to come here, and this is where you would take your trade. If you've been watching my videos, you know I look for this every time. All right. A low to be made, a higher high, a break of that low that's responsible for this high. This leg of structure gets a pullback for a return to impulse, and this is where I would take my trade. This is we got it going on here, right? What I want you to be aware of is this low. All right. This low could very well be targeted for liquidity because it didn't break this high. All right. But we have a zone up here that I believe is going to be getting mitigated. All right. And the question is, when will it go up first, or will it come down here and then go up? I believe we're going to get a buy here. All right. You could take the short from up here, but what I would do is wait on Sunday, wait to see what direction price takes. If price starts to trail down, I know I'm going to be watching this zone. I'm going to be watching this zone right here. All right. Here's the thing to notice. All right. I'm going way overboard with this. All right. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. All right. Because that's a supply zone. That's a supply zone here. It broke this low. It took liquidity, all right, to form that, all right? Now, it took out this low as well, all right? And then we have demand that broke through that supply. When you have a supply being broken, all right, I'm looking for a return to impulse. I'm looking for a return down here for a continuation to the upside. That's what I'm looking for. I think that's reasonable. All right. If this, then that. All right. If price comes down here, that's what I'm going to do. Now, if price breaks that low, then we know that supply is in control. All right. And I will look for a price to find a zone to come back. And I will look for the pullback, and I will take shorts all the way down to take out those equal lows on the higher time frame. All right. I'm not sure. I think this is less likely, to be honest with you, that break, because of the major breakout level here that was respected here, that was respected here, that was respected here, that was respected here. I believe that respect is going to continue, and we take out these weak highs because it didn't make a new low. You understand? So I think we're more likely to head up, but we have a plan in place for both scenarios, don't we? Right? Right. So I will see you in the next video. Thank you for staying till the end, and we'll see what happens on Sunday. You know what I mean? That's the way I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch the way price opens. All right, and we have two scenarios for bullishness, or if it turns bearish. What we want to see that retest around in that bearish leg of structure. We want to see a price retest, and then we can take it down. All right. If it wants to go up, we wait for price to give us the pullback, and then we can take that up. That's pretty simple wait and see situation here. I will see you in the next video. Do hit that like button, will you please? Do it now. Do it now. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching.